Chapter 28. The next day. I opened my eyes with the sunlight flooding the room. The morning was already well advanced. Obviously, she hadn't shown up. Curiously, it neither surprised nor bothered me. I lingered in bed for a while, lazily adjusting to the idea of being awake. After a bit, I got up, grabbed something to eat, and sat down at the computer to write. I needed to pour out these ideas that were more or less organized, make them coherent, and with some urgency. The deadline for the book was less than a week away. I spent the day writing, to the point of forgetting to have lunch. Ideas flowed, were fluid, and I made significant progress. The streetlights began to flicker on when Lilith appeared. I opened the door, and she came in with a mischievous look.
Hello. Did you miss me?
Not really. I've been absorbed in writing and haven't been getting distracted much. She looked at me, somewhat surprised.
Really?
Really, I said with a smile. I sat back down at the computer and tried to continue. I attempted to continue, but she sat close to me, looking at me with an inquisitive air that interrupted my train of thought whenever I noticed her. Out of the corner of my eye. It would have been amusing if she wasn't so distracting. Eventually, I gave her attention. Yes, I asked.
Aren't you curious?
About
where I spent the night?
No, I presume it was somewhere more comfortable than Enrique's office sofa, so I'm not curious.
The office sofa. Explain that.
I told her about the conversation I overheard when we crossed paths at the restaurant entrance.
Seriously?
She asked, half amused. Seriously, I just feel sorry for poor Fernando, I concluded with a laugh.
Anyway, I spent the night at Laura's.
Yeah, I figured. With that, I considered the matter closed and returned to my writing, but her gaze persisted, telling me that the matter wasn't over. This time, I waited for her to speak. If she had something to say, she should say it. After a few minutes, she finally spoke.
Miguel.
Yes, I finally gave her attention.
You didn't behave very well yesterday.
No, so?
You made Laura upset.
Well, I had two options. Either I left at that moment, or I would become unbearable. I have no patience for guys like him, strutting around like a rooster in a non-existent henhouse, trying to show off something I'm not even sure what it is.
But you could have been more patient.
I could have. But I didn't want to be. I reserved the right not to be. Why should I?
For Laura.
Let me ask you something. What was Laura thinking, putting me and him in the same space? She thought for a moment before responding.
I think she wanted your opinion about Enrique.
What for? Did she want my approval?
No, but she wanted your understanding.
And she has it. I'm nobody to judge who she should or should not be with. If she likes him, then she has my blessing, logically, but I'm really sorry. I think she deserves much more than a married guy who says he's going to spend the night on the office sofa because of Fernando from accounting. If she really wanted my opinion, she got it. I won't do her any favors by being hypocritical with her. He's way below her.
You're doing the right thing.
I know, or if, by chance, I'm not, at least I'm at peace with my conscience. And, once again, I considered the matter closed and returned to what I was doing. A few long minutes passed. She got up, went to the kitchen to get some water, came back, sat down, and continued to stare at me. I got tired of the game. Hey, if you have something to say, just say it.
Don't you want to know what happened yesterday after you left?
No.
You're not even a little curious?
No.
Don't you want to know why I only got here now?
No.
Why not?
Because you made me promise that I would trust you and the choices you made, no matter how strange they seemed to me. And yesterday, you chose to stay. You made a choice. I honestly didn't like the choice you made, but I don't have to like it. It was your choice. So I'm doing what you asked. I'm trusting you. She looked at me perplexed, not knowing what to say to me. In fact, it was the first time I saw her like that. She looked at me with an admiring gaze that I didn't understand. Then she smiled.
There's something you should know.
What?
I invited them to dinner here.
I looked at her, perplexed. Are you kidding me?
No, I really invited them.
I smiled. I looked at her, as calmly as I had spoken to her until now, and said, You know you did the right thing. You have food in the fridge, wine in the pantry. Treat this as your place, make yourself at home. I shut down the computer, got dressed without saying another word, and left the house.